Alright, number 17, it says that we are going to figure out what will the car be worth after you have 100% equity. Alright, so equity means that we're going to buy the car. So we're going to be looking at this part right here. We're going to buy the car, and after the end of my term, which in this case is 60 months, I'm going to own the car. So if I resell it or whatever, then it's all mine. So I own the car, so that's 100% equity. And we want to figure out what will it be worth based on the depreciation that we have. So the first thing we have to do is we have to go ahead for number 17 is we have to figure out, okay, our term is 60 months. So we have to say, well, 60 months equals 5 years. And it's going to depreciate at 12% per year. Okay, so if that's the case, what we can do is we can take our 5 years and multiply it by 0.12. That would be saying 12% per year for 5 years. And so therefore our total depreciation on this vehicle over the 5 years is going to be 60%. So if it depreciates or goes down in value by 60%, then the remainder worth on it is going to be 40% will be its value. Now, they want us to know how much is it worth as in money. And so if we have a 40% value of the original cost of the vehicle, what we'll have to do is we'll have to take the original cost of the vehicle, which was $27,350, and multiply it times the remaining value, which is 0.40, and that will give me $10,940, and that is what we have. That right there, that $10,940 is what my car will be worth after I have paid it off and I have 100% equity. Alright, number 18 says, what is the value of the car at the end of the lease? So this is basically the same as number 17, only now we're going to be looking at this portion here because this is my leasing information. And so again, we look at the term. The term is 24 months. So we're going to have to say, okay, well, 24 months is equal to 2 years, and it's going to be at 12% per year. So just like we did on the last problem, we need to figure out what's the value of the car after 2 years. So we're going to take the 2 years, multiply it by the decimal of 0.12, because that's 12% as a decimal, and you get 0.24. That's how much the car depreciated by. So the car depreciated by 24%. Well, if the car depreciates by 24%, 100 minus 24 will go ahead and that will give us 0.76, or 76% of the value is still left on the vehicle. Okay, so we have to take the original price of the vehicle, which is $27,350, and multiply it by 0.76, because it's still worth 76%, sorry, of its original value. And so when you multiply that, you end up getting $20,786. That is the value of the car after 2 years. It depreciated by 24%, so therefore 76% of the value is still left. So you take the original price of the car times 0.76, and that gives you its new depreciation after 2 years. Alright, and then on the last one, number 19, it says, what is the total cost of the lease? So again, we're going to look at the leasing section of this. You have N. This is where you're going to use your time value of money in your calculator. You have N, which is going to be the term of it. So we're going to use 24 for N, because that's the total number of months. I is the interest rate, so we're going to use 4.5. Your present value is going to be what the current value of the car is. Now, the key here, though, is you have a down payment. So for your present value right here, you have to take the value of the car, $27,350, and you need to subtract $1,000 from that, because you're going to go ahead and put down $1,000, and so therefore your car, you're only going to take a loan out, or you're only going to have to pay the leasing amount of $26,350 because you already gave them $1,000. So your present value, we always going to make that a negative, will be negative $26,350, because we took the original price, or the original present value, and subtracted the $1,000. Payment, we're going to try to find payment. We have to find the monthly payment to get to the total cost, so we'll leave that blank. The future value of the car, we have to look back at number 18, because the future value is going to be what the car is worth after the 2 years is up. So that's why we had to find that depreciation and figure out the value after 2 years. So we're going to use that $20,786 that we found in problem number 18, because that'll be the future value. So when I first get it, it's worth $27,000. I took $1,000 off of that, so I'm going to use the $26,350. And then the future value after 2 years, when I trade it back in or turn it back in after the lease is up, it's $20,000. PY is the payments per year. We're going to pay every month. And the compounding per year, we're going to do that every month, so that's 12. When you plug this all into your calculator in the time value of money, when you get all of that, your monthly payment should come out to be $320.80. Okay, so we want the total cost of the lease. It's going to cost me $328 every month. So now what I have to do is I have to say, okay, well, I'm going to keep it for 24 months. So I multiply 320.80 times 24, and that will give me $7,699.20. Then one last step, if we have the total cost of our car, I put down $1,000 to begin with, then I paid them $320.80 every month for 24 months, so I have to then add back into there the original $1,000 that I put as a down payment so that I can get my total cost. So my total cost for this is going to be $8,699.20, because I put $1,000 down to begin with, and then I figured out my payment, where I got my $320.80. Once I got the $320.80, I multiplied it by 24, got that, added the 1,000, and so then I get my total. If you've got any more questions or anything on this, just send me an email, let me know. I'll be there early on Friday morning. All right, thanks.